What's up, everybody? I'm doing peace signs behind the camera, and you guys can't really see. It looks cuter when you could actually see like me and I'm doing it, but I guess maybe that's just a generational thing. But anyways, we are going to be sketching out a design that I've had stuck in my head. Don't know why I threw out the peace sign again. Um, Anyways, we're gonna be working on a design that's been stuck in my head lately. It's just a crow with some worms coming out of its mouth, out of its beak. I'm not too sure why I thought of that. I don't even know if crows like eat worms. I just don't pay attention to what other animals eat really, but yeah, that's what's been stuck in my head. I was trying to think of something that was a little bit unsettling. And for some reason, worms came into my head, and I've been really wanting to do a crow, so let's combine them. This is my sketchbook. I mostly just draw on the right side. I don't really know why. It just kind of bugs me going on the left. I feel like maybe if I fill up the right side first and then go back on the left, it might be okay. I know some people like to do like full pages. Don't look at that. I was trying to figure out how I wanted illustrations written out for my new logo. Um, yeah, a little embarrassing. Don't know why I'm doing the double twos and then PSI again. I think I was talking with him. I have to do voiceovers. I have to speed up the footage. I don't know why I even try to freaking talk while I'm recording when I know I'm just gonna speed up everything. But today we are going to be sketching with a colored lead mechanical pencil. I was thinking about using this pink, but now that I'm playing with it, I realized in that moment that you guys couldn't actually see me sketching a notepad concept, and that's why I never put out the video for the witchy notepad making the sketching and then like the digitalizing. I think I just did like a quick little TikTok of it. But we're gonna try out blue, red, and purple, and we're just gonna do a little swatch on a page that I don't really care about because illustrations is the only thing that's on it, and it doesn't even make sense the placement of it. So no fixing this page. So there's the blue. Let's do the red. Do the same thing, but let's try it like a little sketch. That way you guys, I can see if you guys are able to see the little sketch. Let's go back with the blue because I didn't do that. Still can't really see it that well. Let's try the purple. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You guys are definitely going to be able to see that. Then we have our winner. We gotta put these back. I hope everybody's having a good day. By the way, my name is Heaven. I am the owner of Illustrations. This is my new little gadget that I got from Amazon. It's like a mic stand, um, but it came with attachments to hold your phone, and I record mostly with my phone. So it was just fate. My mom said that she was giving me $50 for my birthday and a card anyways, so I got that and little clamping stuff for sorry, my little circle. I was showing you guys that I like to watch Netflix and have Pinterest up. There's my little inspiration board for the crows for the for my drawing of the crow today. I can't talk. But yeah, I got the little phone holder and then some clamps to help me make the notepads a little bit better, a little bit easier, I should say, not better. We're gonna go ahead and jump in. I think I'm just rearranging some stuff on my computer. We're gonna start off with the beak. We're gonna be doing the beak. I find that I really do struggle with beaks. I don't know what it is, but the rounding and then the not rounding sucks. I think I would be really good at doing like pelican beaks all day because they're just fucking awkward, and so is my drawing of them, of beaks in general. So unproportionate. Oh my god. At least you could tell it's some type of bird though. I guess that's what really matters. Okay, yeah, I was thinking of maybe like mostly just a headshot of it. Nothing too crazy. I realized how much I didn't like the beak. The beak, I don't know why the beak was so difficult for me, but it really was. I really like the worm not being just straight out of the mouth, like maybe moving a little bit. We're just doing a little neck. Every time I do like a bird with a neck like that, I think of an eagle for some reason. I don't know if I've talked about this, but I really like to do color lead pencils because I am very heavy-handed, and then just the standard lead pencils are, or pencils in general, I tend to press way too hard on, and then it's hard to erase everything. So with the color lead pencils, you have to kind of be a little bit more careful with the lead because it'll break a lot easier than normal lead. So I'm forced to sketch a little bit lighter, which is really good because I think it's better to go light rather than dark. So then you have to go over it multiple times to get it darker or just press harder without breaking it. But it definitely makes it way easier to erase my mistakes. I will like indent the paper with how hard I press. And I think it's just from me trying to be like neat when I write normal letters. Like when I actually write, I have to press really hard in order to keep me very neat with my handwriting, and I think that's where my issue started. But I can be light-handed if I really want to. So the color lead pencils definitely help me. And I think maybe not just a headshot, maybe if we like included part of the wings, you could get more of a vision of the way that the bird is actually standing rather than just the first sketch that I did. I'm still trying to figure out a beak. 'Cause I, yeah, the one that's currently on this crow just does not look right. So we're gonna go back over. And you could still see my mistake, but you could still clearly see the right line that I want to go with. Uh, that's why I like colored lead pencils. It just makes it easier to go with it. Go with the flow. Who could really do like perfect every time? You know, like on the first time at least. I can't. If everybody could do that, we would just straight up use like pens always. I know some people can like do the art with pens, but it's usually upscaled and it's you can usually fix it with that as well. So I'm thinking about adding a shape, like maybe just the head in a circle, but having it like come out of the circle to give it a little bit more of like pizzazz. I also think that doing multiple variations of a concept definitely pays off. So I'm just gonna write some of those out. I think we're gonna do exactly the same. In this, I'm referencing possibly the one directly to the left, and then the headshot, which is the one towards the bottom, and then full body. So like the actual whole crow instead of just a half shot or just a headshot. And then also a shape. I really do like a diamond and over the circle. So maybe that's a possibility. My favorite artist, Jasmine Peregrine. I don't know if I said that right. I've never talked to her. And I honestly have no idea how her name's pronounced, but I stumbled upon her artwork about 2 years ago, I want to say. And I just absolutely love the diamond with the flowers that she does with a subject in the middle. And I'm just gonna scroll through and show you some. This is my personal Pinterest. I have a lot of car stuff because my boyfriend's a car guy. I am too, but I'm still learning, so I don't like to really claim it. But there's Peregrine Jasmine, and that's kind of what we're aiming for is the diamond with the subject more towards the center of the diamond, and then the flowers. There's another one with a bee, and I'm just gonna struggle here for a little bit trying to find you guys something else to show you. I think I end up giving up and just going back to Pinterest and finding one on there because yeah, I'm just gonna find it on her page. She's really grown lately. So we're gonna go back through. She didn't before, she didn't really have the design in the background or like the little details inside of it, but I guess I was always looking at her little sticker designs instead. She does sell on Redbubble, I believe. But yeah, she's a really big influence on me. I think she's just able to make everything look really pretty, and I think a really big aspect of it is not just having the subject by itself. Here I'm showing you how crappy I am at drawing flowers in case you want to make fun of me for my little sketches with a diamond because I'm not really good at it at all. Yeah, don't ask me to draw flowers. I mean, I will, but I'm not gonna say that they're gonna be good. Think we're just gonna make sure we right shape our circle. That way I know that I'm thinking of the diamond, not just a circle. Not really sure exactly. I really do like the diamond a lot better. Just there's a lot more going on with it. It's different rather than just a standard circle sticker design. Yeah, the diamond definitely looks a lot better. I really enjoyed the thought of a gummy worm coming out of the mouth instead of the real worms. I really wanted like that unsettling feeling. However, I think the gummy worm we could do kind of like a shiny Pokemon where you get the gummy worm, you get the shiny Pokemon, you're cool. Thinking of the unsettling feeling, it made me think of maggots, which I think would be a little bit grosser. Honestly, it makes me want to gag. Just thinking about it, I mean, looking at pictures of real worms, I'm gonna gag too. I now that I'm older, I don't have that strong of a stomach, and I don't know why, but we'll blame it on the hormones and our bodies changing, okay? But who knows? Maybe I'll do like some maggots and such instead. And we're gonna go ahead and try to switch you guys over to a different POV because right now I'm facing towards the right, but I want you to be looking at the left. I have issues with my hips a lot, so I'm just gonna kind of change the way I'm set up right now. That way I could be a little bit more comfortable because we got a lot of sketching to do. And I couldn't really decide whether or not I wanted to. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I couldn't decide whether or not I wanted to do this in Procreate. I do end up switching to Fresco though, and I'm just trying to figure out the way that I'm gonna do this because I couldn't really see. I'm showing you that I drink Fruit Punch Rockstar. It's my favorite. However, I did buy a Keurig so I could do iced coffee. I ended up just taking a picture of my sketch because it would just be easier and doing it in Fresco since I really do like this one 100% versus the other one. But don't start drinking Rockstars. Please don't. I've had issues over the years of it basically nearly giving me a hole in my stomach because I drank them so much. After a while, they stop working for me, so I end up drinking more and more, and it's just a really bad time. So I've started to stop drinking them. I have an iced coffee maker now, and we're taking omeprazole every day to try to fix the lining of my stomach. So yeah, I want to know what you guys like. Do you want to see the gummy worms or just the real worms, or would the maggots really be unsettling? One of my friends had suggested the crow standing on a branch and like kind of decomposing with a worm in its mouth. I really love her idea, but that would be not such of like a sticker design. I think it's really important to kind of keep it a little bit more simple when it comes to sticker designs. Um, you want them to be fun and like cool, but like kind of small so you could put other stickers on other things, especially like a water bottle. I feel like if I did something as cool as what she was saying, then it would have to be more of like an actual poster or maybe a t-shirt design, and I'm just not really sure that I have that capability with all of that. I mean, I might be able to do put it on like a notepad and call it good, or maybe even a notebook in the future if I get the resources to be able to do stuff like that. But as of right now, we're just gonna focus on the sticker design and go from there. I really like the worm to have a little bit more of motion rather than just like dangling there straight down. Give it a little bit more creepiness. Um, I really struggle with a lot when it comes to me drawing. I really love to use the Fresco vector brush. It just makes everything easier for me, but sometimes I get distracted. And oh my god, I wanted to gag so hard. I mean, I was gagging while I was looking at these worms. Like I said, my stomach isn't as strong. We're just gonna try to get like the coloring more um correct because I couldn't think of how a worm looks to save my life. I haven't seen a worm in so long. I haven't really touched a worm in a while. And I just don't think I could fuck with them anymore at my age. I'm gonna be 26, by the way, but like I said, we're gonna blame it on the hormones in our bodies changing because I feel like I'm always changing, and yeah. Sometimes I'm good and other times I'm not, but it seems like I've had different spurts of changes, like from 16, then it was 18, and then 21 I hit it, and then it was like 23 I hit it, so now I feel like at 26 I'm just hitting more changes. I'm really curious to see how I am without birth control. This might be TMI, but I'm taking my birth control out and not getting it back in. I really have no idea who I am as a person without birth control. I've been on birth control ever since I started my first period, and yeah, I'm grateful for it because I've been able to not worry about pregnancy and be able to focus on other things, which is kind of more of what I wanted anyways, because your girl's a little messy in the head, so I wanted to figure out some things first before I went and have kids. Um, but yeah, I'm really curious to see who I am without the birth control hormones inside of me, and hopefully I'll be a little bit easier to be happier and lose weight because this sucks. I have the next one on, by the way. Not that anybody asked, but yeah. I really struggle with straight lines, so this ruler feature in Fresco definitely helps. I really like that once you have it up there, you just go straight along the ruler, and even if you go up or down, it still stays straight on the ruler. It's really helpful. So I think this will be a nice cutoff for the freaking thing. But I'm trying to, ew, I pointed out a really gross one. But we're gonna do a little bit of variation of gummy worms. My favorite is the red and blue sour gummy worms. That's more of what I had in mind was the sour ones, not the normal ones. What's your favorite one? I think my boyfriend said that he liked the orange and the green, and I just can't even. Blue and red, but it might also be a basic kind of idea. It's the blue and red. I didn't want the line to be straight because these candies are never perfect with a straight line. So we're just gonna add some details. I like the little ribs, rib, ribs. Is it ribs? Not me struggling trying to human. Oh my god, not me struggling to talk. We're just gonna ignore what I'm saying right now. All right, like we're just gonna go back and get these colors a little bit more right. Um, I really want to add the white sour powder, I guess it's called, that they have on there. If you look closer, you have like a lot of white, but then there's also some colored. It's more of the color pigment showing through the white, I guess. So we're gonna do some white sparkle-ish crystal kind of things. I had to switch the way I was sitting again. Sorry about that. Get you all situated again. I think we're gonna start doing the white now. Even though I said it like 5 times. These are never like perfect shapes, so I'm just kind of squiggling in, making sure that you guys could really see it on the design when I zoom out. I mean, you guys might not be able to, but um, when I print it out, I'm sure it will show up. And we're just gonna do singular dots everywhere. I have to have it more zoomed out when I do that because I tend to just want to fill the entire thing with dots, so it doesn't really turn out too well. I'm just gonna add some more bigger crystals on there. And then we're gonna do the colored ones, so it's a little bit lighter. I'm showing you up close so you can see it. It's a little bit lighter than the actual color, um, but it's still colored. It's not exactly white, so it'll give it a little bit different of a look. I don't know, a variation of it. I can't talk most of the time. I am so sorry. I try though. I really do. This process kind of took a while, but I think it took longer to recolor it because I decided to do the different colors. I think it was like the 3 colors I saw in that picture. I decided to do all 3 different variations of the sour gummy worm. later on in the video. Again, don't be afraid to comment below your favorite one or which one looks best. Not so much the taste. Or do both. Whatever you're feeling. But again, my favorite for this piece, I would say, is not the red and blue. My favorite to eat is the red and blue. But I think the red and yellow really pops very well, but so does the orange and green. So yeah, red and blue didn't end up being my favorite for this piece. It is still my favorite to eat though. I kind of really want some sour gummy worms now. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I sped this up a lot faster compared to the other clips for you guys, so you didn't have to suffer through me trying to find all the freaking dots and change all the colors. But yeah, the orange and green didn't turn out too bad. I kind of liked it. I found that with the other colors though, it was kind of harder, like the green and then the yellow, it was harder to differentiate the lighter colored crystals because I just couldn't tell them from white or the color. I think it was just too close on the color wheel when I was changing it. And then like the green and the yellow too, it was hard to switch between those. Or I mean the blue, I'm sorry. But see, you can't even like really see the yellow lighter crystals on there. I'm just gonna keep saying crystals because I don't know what the heck you're supposed to call that stuff. I kept messing up the thing. But we're gonna get started on coloring inside the crow. I didn't really do a divider for the beak and the rest of it, so all of it's just gonna be a nice base color for now. And then I'm just gonna go in and add some shadows, I guess, or some variation of it. Because the bird actually that I was looking at, it had it wasn't just straight black. I mean, I don't think all of them are going to be straight black anyways if you look up crows, but I wanted to get it as close as I could to what I was looking at as far as my reference. That way it would pop a little bit more, but I think just doing it straight black would not do the crow justice for one, and two, like it would just blah 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 blah. It would feel very plain. I don't know what that is. It's like 9:30 as I'm doing this voiceover, but man, I feel like I just woke up. Even though I had a cup of coffee, I might have another one. Just trying to figure out the colors right here because I don't really know. I want to show detail, but it's kind of hard when you're doing the vector brush versus like Procreate. You can blend a lot better, you can smudge and everything. However, we're not doing normal. We're doing it in vector, so it makes it a little bit more difficult, but I figure out my colors and I figure out how to do it with detail, but still be different. So, just a little bit of a struggle. I mean, I am still learning. I don't really know my style. I don't know what I'm doing half the time because I don't know the software. So, I do a lot of things and I feel like it does take me a lot longer to come up with this, well, not really come up with designs, but to produce my designs digitally. 'Cause I'm just learning along the way. I did take digital graphic design, however, I mostly learned like Adobe Illustrator, and that was like for logos and stuff. I love doing logos, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot different when you're trying to do your own art versus just doing what somebody says and what they want. Like you have a lot more guidance, you know exactly where you're doing, where you're going with it, because they're telling you what they want. I don't know what I want from my art. I don't know the exact way that I want it to look, because in my head, all I'm seeing is a crow with a worm. That has nothing to do with like the color schemes or anything, color scheme or anything like that. I mean, typically, yeah, it's a freaking crow and a worm. Like, just color it a crow and a worm, right? But what's the fun in that? Like, how? I don't think it would be very fun just doing it exactly how you see it. Like, I think it is, but I also don't think it is. It it is, but it isn't. It's the same, but it's not the same, you know? But also, like, you have to put your own little spin on stuff. I think it's a little bit funner to do that. And I still struggle with learning the software. That yawn was just so out of nowhere. I'm so sorry, guys. Oh my god. Anyways, I think it's really nice to just play around with things. It's kind of hard to do just straight black. That's why we went with like a really dark gray instead of black for the chrome. And then I know they tend to use like blues and purples to show a little bit more detail when it comes to black subjects, especially with like the hair in anime. Like you don't really see straight black very often unless they have like some sort of white on it to show you like the movement of the hair. Since it is black, it's kind of hard to show the movement of it. Um, but blue and purple is a little bit more common than just straight black hair. So I really need to start using this glove a lot more, especially when I'm drawing on my iPad. I don't know why I don't. I'm just trying to find a good way to do like the highlights of the crow to give it a little bit more dimension-ish, dimension-esque. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully somebody understands what I'm saying. Like I am trying my best to communicate. I'm just really bad. I'm just really bad about it. Yeah, it's really hard to blend in Fresco. I mean, unless you guys know a way or there's a video out there that I could find and I'll watch it. Just if you know how to blend very well in Fresco, then just let me know because that's what I was really struggling with. I mean, I tried to change the opacity on some of the colors to like overlap the base color, but it just wasn't working. And I'm struggling with the shape of what I'm doing here, and it's just not really working. Like, you can't really tell that the shading is there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just not really popping. It's not working. I'm just trying to find a better color. Trying to add more detail because it's not just straight flat. You know, it's not just, I don't want to do just 2D. Like, I mean, it still ends up in 2D. However, I feel like it's a little bit more interesting with how I end up being coloring it. I'm sorry. With how I end up being. Doesn't make any sense. I also really struggle with like changing my brush, oh my god, brush sizes in order to fit the piece a little bit better. Because I feel like when I do outlines and then I forget that I changed it, then I feel like it looks really weird with the different sizes of outlines. And yeah, I just don't really like to change it that much, but when it comes to like smaller details, I think it's important to pay attention to that stuff, especially when it comes to the coloring part. Because the outlines is one thing, but the coloring is different. You know, like you are trying to do details. Sometimes it works out to just go a little bit smaller. I also struggle with like doing a set as reference and then not reference to be able to do everything. I'm really messy in my head between like the layers and making sure I make a different layer for different things. That way it's easier to change the color of stuff, but you know, you could always do like the bucket fill to recolor stuff. So, yeah. I was trying to figure out how to give this wing a little bit more pizzazz. I don't know why I'm saying pizzazz a lot. It's making me think of pissed ass. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Piss ass. I found a different color that I liked a little bit more, which is like this purplish one versus like the blue. I think the purple hit a little bit better. Yeah, I didn't like that little piece after all. And then a little bit of feathers. I kind of did the same thing to show more of like fur on my Illust bunny or play dead bunny, I think is what I was calling it. I renamed it in my computer file as the file as Illust Bunny because it was a bunny and you know Illust is the name of my shit. Sorry, I'm probably so cringe, but thank you guys for watching this far. By the way, this I had like hours of footage between everything, and I really sped it up for you guys so you didn't have to suffer that long. I think this video ends up being like 45 altogether, so hopefully it's not too bad. Again, just looking to add more shape into this. I don't think I end up keeping this either. I just realized you could see my dog laying down behind my little lab desk that I have. Fun fact, I've had my lab desk since like 2016. So it's really old. I threw on some random stickers I got in a sticker pack. So I had a water jug and I really wanted to turn it into like a coin bank to just really fill it up. But we live in that era where you don't really use cash, so thus I don't really get change. So I don't have that anymore. Something with this just isn't sitting right with me with like the highlights. I don't know why I struggle so much with it, but I just really wanted to add like some kind of detail for you guys and then also have it not look just so plain. And I realized some of the lines just weren't thick enough to really make a difference. Hopefully these like look okay with the bird because like I said, I did the same kind of squiggly thing for the Illis bunny to show that it had fur and not just straight like flat skin. And I really like the glow around the eyes, but I didn't want to do like a soft glow behind it because again, one, I don't even know how to do that in Adobe Fresco yet. Um, but I really like lines under the eyes to show how tired I am as a person. No, I'm kidding. Just to add a little bit to the eye so it's not just flat, but yeah. I feel like you just really have to trust the process. Like, the more you trust the process, the better it'll be for you. Like I said, I'm still learning, I'm still struggling to do a lot of things, especially in software. This is my first ever iPad. I've never had Fresco before, Procreate before this. I didn't even have, 'cause like I said, I didn't have an iPad. So, like, don't be afraid to start. You just gotta start and keep moving forward. Don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself time to really change and learn. That's the biggest thing is everyone's like, oh, I can't draw like that. It's like, well, when was the last time you even tried to draw? Let's be honest. Like, did you just like, oh, I can't draw and then try to do a stick figure for somebody and like, ooh, that's even bad. Like, you're already shutting yourself down. Nobody comes out already knowing anything. Nobody comes out as a roofer or nobody comes out as like a really big CEO right out the freaking womb, okay? Nobody comes out being able to sing as crazy as some of these big singers. Nobody, like, look at freaking Ed Sheeran. He used to sing on the street with his guitar, and honestly, the older videos of him doing that, he wasn't the best, and he admitted that. I think it's really important to keep that in mind when you're not so sure about yourself when it comes to trying new things and just exploring shit. I mean, if you like to sing, then you like to sing. Excuse my hand motions. I thought I was done at this point, but I'm really not. But yeah, if you're really interested in doing something, you find enjoyment in it, who gives a fuck, bro? Like, I don't know why I just said bro. But honestly, if you like to draw, even if it's not up to your own standards, then draw. If you like to sing but you can't sing, then sing anyways. Like if you find actual joy in it, then just do it. Like, I sing all the time and I like basically do karaoke with freaking Spotify all the time. I cannot sing. Like I really can't. But I do it anyways, and it's because it puts me in such a good mood. It makes me so happy, and so does my art. Like I feel like I am starting to find my own style and everything now, and it's starting to become pretty good compared to my old stuff. But I mean, if that's really what you want to do, then just do it. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, and you could always keep practicing and get better. Just a little food for thought. I didn't really mean to go on a rant, but I added in more worms because I just thought like the one wasn't enough. And maybe multiple worms would give it more of an unsettling feeling that I was trying to go for. So yeah, we're gonna work on that right now. But going back to what I was saying earlier, I really do like digital art because I find that it's easier for me to grow as an artist. I mean, if I make a mistake, I can just hit undo, and then I realize, oh, you know what, that was actually good. I should have just done this. And I can hit redo. And then if I don't like something altogether, like all these worms, I could just hide all the worms and call it good, Like just hide them. And if I decide I want to add them again, just unhide them and go from there. I if I could be an advocate for new artists learning how to do everything on the iPad, then I would, or not even just the iPad, because I know that there's other tablets you could draw, like actual drawing tablets, which I really want one, but I want like a really big one, so that I gotta wait. I had a smaller one, but ended up going with the iPad because I like the ability of being able to take my iPad anywhere and like rearrange, and like I have to switch how I'm sitting all the time, so the iPad is really good for me. But I I do prefer it like this. In a way, it kind of reminds me of painting because while you're painting, you can just cover your mess up, your little happy mistakes, as Bob Ross would say, with more paint, and then nobody would know. Versus like pen and paper, like I said, I'm a heavy hander, so it's hard for me to erase my mistakes. It's hard for me to do colored pencils. It's hard to erase them. So I find a little bit more. I find that drawing on my iPad is a lot less pressure orientated than anything else, and I feel like that's what's really given me the motivation to continue to draw and learn how to do everything because I don't feel that much pressure anymore. It's truly a really good feeling, honestly. I think I've drawn more in the past year of having my iPad than I've ever have. Like I've always kind of doodled, always had ideas in my head, but I feel like being able to have the dual screens too, that's also a big thing because I like to have a show on, but I also like to see my inspiration behind everything. But I also like to sit comfortably. Um, so I'm just so needy, I guess. But yeah, my iPad truly has been so great. I don't know why I did the hand motion, but we're just gonna go with it. I always think that I'm done, but I'm never done. Here, I'm just going back through with the outlines again because I found that they weren't thick enough before. But yeah, I am absolutely in love with my iPad. If I had the money to upgrade to the M4 iPad Pro that just came out and do like the biggest that they have, I definitely would. I mean, the one that I currently have is like just the 11-inch one, so it's perfect for taking it with me to work and doing stuff on my breaks. I've been drawing even on my breaks and coming up with ideas on my breaks, or even just like watching shows. So the iPad's really great for me. But if I get the bigger one, trust me, that one would definitely stay home. I wouldn't risk losing that one. But yeah. Besides for the size, I don't really need the M4 though. 'Cause I don't, the most I do is draw on this. I don't really edit anything on here. I just use my computer because I find it easier to use the mouse and keyboard to do all that stuff than it is on my iPad. Or maybe I'm just not used to it, but yeah. We're getting close to the end of the video. I promise. It wasn't 45. I think I got it down to like 38 and something. But I just wanted to say I'm working on an intro and outro animation. I just got to figure out what program to use. If you have any thoughts on that and any tips or tricks or what softwares you guys might know of or know how to use, then just comment below and let me know that too because I have no idea. And I don't really want to pay for Procreate Dreams, but if I really have to, I will. If there's an Adobe one, then help me find it. Um, but I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you for watching, and let me know what you think of this design. I don't think I'm going to do the gummy worms with all the extra worms that I drew, but if you would like to see that, again, comment below and let me know. I am willing to do it. We're going to end it about right now. Bye, guys.